From the Coliseum, I'm Kate Rooney with former Trojan quarterback Shane Foley to talk about the quarterback situation for this year's Trojans. Shane, what did you see out of Matt Barkley today?
Well, I'll tell you, Matt really stepped in and had some opportunities to play a lot, which was unusual. He hasn't played a lot in the previous scrimmages. But just with Matt, he's got such a command of the offense and such a confidence and leadership that he really has out there. But he had to move out of the pocket a little bit. He had a little pass rush, so I think that was good to see him throw the ball on the run. Some of the ball sailed on him a little bit, but I think just being out there and doing what he does makes the guys feel good.
Well, it's been a little tough for him out there with no Robert Woods and not a lot of depth at receiver this spring. What does that mean?
It's tough. I think these are guys that he's played with, certainly the success that he's had with Robert Woods in the past, and now with Marquise Lee, he was out there today. But not having your go-to guys makes it tough. You do what you can do, and you prepare as a quarterback week in and week out. But without having those guys, your go-to guys that you've been in battle with, it makes it pretty difficult to get into a real good rhythm.
Well, speaking of getting to a rhythm, we're starting to see things heat up at the backup quarterback competition. Can you talk a little bit about Cody Kessler?
Sure. Cody's a guy that I saw a lot last year, and then I've seen him a little bit today, as well as Max Whittick. But Cody's I think he's a good, accurate passer, throws the ball well on the run. He's a little shorter, 6'1", about 210. But I think there's a lot of things he does well. Tough, again, to see the rhythm and the continuity with some of the walk-ons and some of the receivers that he probably hasn't had an opportunity to throw to a lot, at least not in a scrimmage situation. But I expect a lot from him, and I think he had a good, decent day out there today.
What about Max Whittick, his direct competition for that number 2 spot?
Well, I think Max had some opportunities to play as well and went in right after Barkley, and I think he's a big, tall, rangy guy that has got a good, strong arm. I think that's been well noted, and since I've seen him, I think he's done a lot of good things. I think really you've got two very quality backup guys that it's going to be hard to tell this year, I'd say, unless they get thrown into a real fire situation where they're going to be tested that way. Barkley's going to be the guy. We know that. I mean, the Heisman, everything that's going to be touted for Matt is going to be key. But I think both of these guys are big, young, promising guys, and they're going to be competing all the way through. And just preparing, like when you're a backup guy playing behind a Barkley going in, you have to know that you just have to prepare week in and week out like you're going to be the starter and earn the respect from the guys as well.
It's going to be interesting to watch it unfold. Signing off from the Coliseum with Shane Foley, I'm Kate Rooney, and you can log on to uscfootball.com for more.